Morning, so Monday the 13th of December. Just delivered 3-day introduction to counselling course. I was thinking as I was walking about just that whole idea of being open and staying open to what things may bring, and actually sometimes what things bring aren't always what you think they're going to be. So, for example, one of the people on the course, I think they realised that they got some form of dyslexia for many years. I mean, they're probably now in their 40s at least, and they're sort of grown-up children who often say to them, "We don't understand why you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you can't do things quite as fast as us, and how come you can't spell things in that way?" And I'm not the expert in dyslexia, but I know enough about it, and I've seen enough examples of forms of dyslexia to know when there's a possible element there. And so I sort of asked her what she thought about it, and she got quite emotional actually, and pretty much said, that she kept it a secret for such a long time, and deep down she thought she knew that she had got some form of dyslexia, but she'd done another course previously somewhere else, and I think they had considered it, but then they actually had turned around and said, no, you don't need that support, and for whatever assessment she was doing. So it really took a lot, I think, for her to say and to open up. And as I said, she became quite emotional. It almost felt like, somebody's actually, listening to me and hearing what I have to say, and really acknowledging that. And also I often put some creative things on the course and the tables for people, and one of the stones that she had with a word courage on, they were just put on randomly, but she was, really, again, quite emotional, and, it was like, I can't believe it. You almost felt like, you could see inside me, you'd put that stone down on purpose just for me. But in essence, that's what she felt she needed. So that was really lovely. Another person, I think rather wryly, sort of said at the end of the course, you know what, ironically, doing this counselling course to, consider whether that's something they can utilise with others and develop further in their skills, it's really reinforced and made me realise that actually I think I need some counselling for myself. And then they turned around and said, probably known that for quite a long time, but I think just immersing themselves in the course and hearing other people sharing things and the core conditions and what's needed and so on, really just, I think it was staring at them in the face probably for a while, and I think they just came to a point internally where they were like, okay, I'm listening, maybe this is what I need. So that was really lovely. We were talking about how, asking for support, seeking support, having a counsellor, a therapist, a coach, a mentor, whatever it is. It's like, it's all about enabling the person to develop further and to dig deeper and to understand themselves more and help make various changes, whatever they are. I think the word sort of counsellor or therapy sort of can get a bit of a sort of negative or bad name, and in terms of being open to what things can mean, actually I think it takes more strength and more courage for somebody to turn around and say, I'm going to seek that support because I feel I need that, rather than just pretending or knowing, maybe deep down, but not really doing anything about it. There was somebody else who were sort of one point talking about directive and non-directive approaches, and a couple of people had shared that some of their internal responses in the past to a more directive approach, particularly when they related to being in recovery, or not quite getting to recovery yet actually, was that they'd responded, in quite a negative way, and they'd backed off and they'd closed down. And towards the end of the course, she became really emotional and said, by listening to other people's stories, she really felt, she was reflecting now and realised that perhaps how she had felt and been towards one of the family members in the past, which was to pretty much, tell them and force them approach to what they needed to do. And she said, on reflection now, actually she realised maybe that wasn't the right way. And actually, it was really moving. Actually, she apologised not only for herself but for other people and their families as well. And I sort of turned around and said I accepted what she wanted to share, and how she felt in that way. But ultimately, she only knew what she knew at the time, so she could only say that now because she was hearing other people, sharing something different. And also, she's talking about the piece about sorry, and she mentioned the word forgiveness, and recognised, and I reinforced what she'd said earlier at one point, which is about forgiving yourself. And I said, it's really important that you have to forgive yourself before you can actually start to forgive others, and show forgiveness to others as well. So it was just a really beautiful, lots of moments, and that's what's so lovely, just moments sort of scattered throughout, that you just never know how things are going to open up and what will be the outcomes. And sometimes what people are thinking, that they want to achieve, they may achieve some of those things, but they might achieve or gain, shall I say, other things that are far different to what they thought. So that's one of my thoughts for today. Stay open to what something can bring, and stay open perhaps to the unexpected, and listening and being with people and meeting them where they're at and connecting with them. So connecting with empathy, really important. So have the rest of a lovely Monday, and I shall speak to you a little later, guys. Take care, bye.